Hey YouTube, this is a Sphincter back in Reason 3.0 for another tutorial. I wanted to talk about the Dr. Rex. Some of you have asked me some pretty good questions about the Dr. Rex. You're trying to get to the bottom of what it does, how it can be used, other than just being a simple drum pattern repeater. Now, I know that the factory sound bank comes with a majority of simple drum patterns and some very ostentatious house loops that you may or may not want to use depending on your pattern, but they're all the kind of loops that if anybody else has even touched Reason 3.0, they're gonna call you out and say, you just used Dr. Rex's. I know that's that New York house Rex from the uptempo loops. You suck. Anyway, I want to talk about a different way to use Dr. Rex. You might have stumbled upon this if you're experimental with your sequencer. If not, follow along because it's actually kind of cool. What I've got here is a harp arpeggio. It's part of a Dr. Rex. It sounds like this. Let me turn off my filter. It sounds like this. Now, although it is a relatively pleasing and simple melody, it's not very interesting rhythmically. So I'm going to make a few changes here to change the way it sounds. First thing, I'm going to add some distortion. It's not every day you get to listen to a distorted harp, but this is what it sounds like. Now that is a little bit painful to listen to in the high frequencies. I'm going to drop it down by 1 octave, see if we can fix that. That sounds a lot better. Sort of evens out the body of the sound, and it makes the pitch a lot easier to detect. One last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it some delay by changing my send effect on the mixer. Now that sounds good, but we still have the problem that it does not have an interesting melody. So what I'm going to do is listen to each of these patterns sort of on their own, or rather each slice on their own. Now that right there, just those 4 notes is all we need to get a really interesting melody. Just listen to that again. Just by changing the rhythm a bit. Now, because everything is or rather because this Rex loop is based on an arpeggio, I know that the harmonic differences between any 2 notes are going to be pleasant. At least until it shifts into the different this sounds like it's maybe 1/5 lower than the rest. But anyway, I can take essentially any 3 notes and make a melody out of it. So, without any further ado, this is a quick demonstration of a piece that was achieved by using a rhythmic and melodically interesting Dr. Rex pattern. You will hear the harp. That was just a quick taste of a song I have called Selection, and it's based on a pretty awesome sounding distorted harp arpeggio that has been rhythmically altered to produce a melody. And I have shown you exactly how I've achieved this result. And I hope you like the way it sounds, because I was quite happy when I discovered it. And it sort of goes to show that for any given melody, or for any given rhythmic pattern that you might encounter with Dr. Rex, you might, if you give it a little bit of time and some experimentation, you might find that there are some hidden melodies within that initial pattern or that initial melody, and it's up to you to find them. I'm only going to give you the shovel, but you got to do the digging yourself. Anyway, this is a Sphincter. I just wanted to share a little bit of an interesting take on the Dr. Rex. If you haven't given it a shot like this, go download some guitars or some bass or some interesting melodies that you can find in Dr. Rex format, and give it a go. This is a Sphincter signing out. Peace!